Okay. Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Chillis, welcome back to 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Last time we got the second bad ending, dead ending, however you want to call it. What was the ending called? I think everyone dies in the Yellow Submarine or something like that. Hey Gogeta. And yeah, now we are going to start on working towards the true ending, which we have to do 2 routes, I believe. Is it 4, 7, 1 and 5, 8, 6? Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, let's continue. Actually, wait, no, I don't want to. No, wait. I want memories of the escape. No. No, I guess I do continue. Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Load from here. I forgot how this. I forgot how this UI worked. Okay. Flowchart. And let us. I mean, I guess we can skip up to here, huh? For this first one, we can just skip all the way up to over here and then go this route instead of the other one. Cause this, yeah, let's just do that. It'll be easier. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go here. Okay. He lifted Ace up off the floor and laid him on the bed he'd been leaning against. When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity.
Well, we really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Like you even mean that.
Well, yeah, you know, you're probably right.
You say something?
I mean, look, I don't think it's that she doesn't care.
No.
But I really do feel like she's just being pragmatic more than anything. But I don't know. It felt wrong, but he had to agree. Then suddenly Santa spoke.
Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we?
Yeah.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, we haven't decided who's going in what door.
Ah, yes. Yes, that's true.
Enough of this screwing around. Let's decide. You first, Lotus. Which door do you want?
And of course, she's gonna say 8. Yeah.
I want door number 8.
By the way, is the I forgot what audio level I set the game to before. Is it fine as is? Like can you hear the game fine as well as me? Oh no, didn't mean to do that. My head gans at her harsher, self-centered approach is just how she copes. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. In their position, I'd probably just want to focus on getting myself out alive as well. Like, I wouldn't want to leave people behind, but like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's the same number as my bracelet number.
Got it. You're 8. You're next, 7. Which one do you want?
And of course, he'll say 7.
I'll take 7. I can't get along with that old lady.
What? What did you just say?
Yeah, it's not a great thing to be saying there, 7. He threw up his hands and made a face like a child. He caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Who, me? I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, okay,
You're
buddy.
Get it next time.
She shot him a glare that would have melted steel, then turned and stalked off.
All right, who's next?
Santa's gaze moved across the 3 people left. Finally, they stopped on Junpei.
Junpei, which door do you want?
At last, Junpei's mind was already made up. We want door 8.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 8 it is.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
That means
But
June's gotta go through
yeah,
7.
it is.
What? Why?
Because that's how the numbers work.
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind,
Mm-hmm.
there are only 3 ways we can do it.
Mm-hmm. Plan A.
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
Mm-hmm. Plan B.
4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
Yeah, it's just how the numbers work out there, guys. Plan C.
Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8. There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
Yeah, I got it. As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corners of her eyes.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
More like 30 minutes, if anything, but yeah. Something like that. Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other
Yeah,
again.
well, it'll be like 30, maybe 45 minutes. Yeah,
Gotta
it'll
split
be
up,
fine.
but only for a while.
Mm,
This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors.
Yeah.
Remember?
yeah.
We got split up then too, but we all met back up.
Yeah, it'll be perfectly alright.
I'll bet 7 and 8
Surely.
are just like that.
Mm-hmm.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Right here, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Funnily, you mentioned that.
Probably.
Yeah, you should be more confident in how you say that, Junpei. She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Yeah.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9.
Yeah, it would be kind of unfair.
In other words, the game would end right here.
True.
Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now.
Yeah.
I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible.
I agree.
He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
Yeah, I wouldn't promise that, but okay. June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
Yes. Promise?
Yeah. Her voice was barely above a whisper. Like, obviously they're gonna meet up again, like, we know that, but like, that's really a bad thing to promise, because you never know what could happen, right? Like, in the, again, putting aside, this being a video game scenario, that we already know the, foregone conclusion that they will meet up again. In their position, they shouldn't really make that promise.
You guys are done, right?
Yeah, we get it. We're boring you. He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8. Any problems with that, Clover?
No. Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
Yeah, she's still depresso. It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Yeah, so go very well, huh? Santa, 7, and June walked toward door 7. Well, Clover, Lotus, and Junpei headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Then Lotus laid her hand against her chest and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then shall we go?
Yeah.
It's open!
Run, motherfucker, run! A narrow hallway stretched out before them.
Okay.
Hurry!
Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met.
June.
The door's gonna close.
Jumpy.
You don't have time for this? They nodded. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, yoink! When someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. Yeah, you don't fuck around when you have literal bombs about to go off. He heard the sound of the numbered door slam shut behind him. Yeah, we should go. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
81 seconds left. Hurry!
Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead.
Ugh.
Junpei and Clover followed her as fast as they could. Oh, okay. Heavy 6.
It stopped.
That's interesting. They didn't even take, like, because all of the other doors so far, it took a second for them to look around and, like, run to a different room or run to a different room or something to find it. Here, it's just like, they go through and they run to the dead. That probably doesn't mean anything. I just thought it was interesting. With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm. Aloof, perhaps.
Pointless.
Yeah, I guess. Miss Psycho? She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Junpei and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mix of frustration and curiosity.
What an unpleasant girl.
I mean, her brother is disappeared, potentially dead. Like, what do you want from her?
I bet she's not very popular with the boys.
Yeah, sure. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl.
Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake.
Yeah, Lotus doesn't seem to have very much, compassion to spare right now.
Too late now. I better catch up to them.
Yeah. After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed. Oh, yes,
It's
this
a
is
dead
great.
end.
Yep. The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end.
There's a door on the left, though.
For a few minutes, they stood in front of the door, examining it. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
A laboratory? Huh.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Neither do I.
Me either. But there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
No, unfortunately.
Junpei,
Yeah, wait, yes? Yeah,
Huh?
what?
please, you first.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, sure. Whatever happened to ladies first, huh? What happened to that? Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect.
Ugh, fine.
Yeah. Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door. Roach gets pushed around. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. Okay. Looks mildly similar to the torture room from door 3. No, not even door 3. That was door 1 that we went through in the Yellow Submarine. Later on, not... Yeah, door 3 was... For some reason, I can't remember... No, door 3 was the bathroom, right. Yeah, sorry. Or the shower room, that is. I forgot about it for a second. I was like... No. The room they found themselves in was divided into 2 separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see into the other side of the division.
You know, I think the window looks into another room.
Yeah?
Maybe it's for monitoring something.
Yeah, I guess. Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
Wait, does it? He wasn't sure what else to say. Oh no, okay, never mind. For a second I thought it was... Wait, have we been in? No, I don't think we've been in there. I think? Yeah, no. In the center of a room shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table.
Looks so creepy.
Yeah, Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed the Lotus coming up next to him.
It's kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery.
Yeah, I guess.
This is a laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on.
That too.
Ooh,
It's creepy either way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that thing's gonna suddenly sit up or something, do you?
No, that'd be crazy. That'd be absurd.
Well, I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it.
Yeah, it could be an electric doll. Could
If we press
sit
the
up
wrong
for some
button?
reason. I don't know.
I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying.
Well, I mean, best talk about it and be prepared than it happen and not be prepared for it, I guess. She was gripping her arms, the knuckles on her hands white.
Wait, where's Clover?
I don't know. She was still standing near the entrance of the room. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad.
What is she?
Grieving? There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and, as kindly as he could, spoke.
Are you okay?
Oh, wait, no, this leads... Okay, never mind. Clover looked away.
What are you talking about?
What? I'm just worried about you.
Yeah.
You've been real quiet.
What? I can't be quiet if I want to?
No, you can. I'm just,
Well, I mean, of course you can. I just...
just worried. Like you
Okay
said.
then. If I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay?
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough.
Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip and was silent for a
Junpei,
moment.
you
then
just don't get it!
Her cry took Junpei by surprise, and he stumbled backward a few steps alarmed.
My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind!
No, we believe you.
Something happened to him!
Uh-huh.
Something bad.
Like Mordor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned toward them.
What happened?
She's throwing a tantrum. Clover's eyes slid to Lotus and back to Junpei.
Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone.
Okay, but we'll need you to cooperate a little bit. A tad bit. Would be great. Finished, she turned around. Okay. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk quickly away.
Hey, wait, Clover! Hold on! That way is...
I told you to leave me alone!
He might as well have been talking to a wall for all she took notice of his for all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway cut in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway. Something tells me that's not a good thing.
Clover, watch out above you!
Yeah. Clover, you really shouldn't be throwing a tantrum right now. And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis, sealing Clover in.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Puzzle? Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could.
Hang on! I'll get it open!
Crying up. You'll never do it on your own.
Yeah, probably not. Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but... Yeah, I don't think that's gonna... I don't think you're gonna get it up. Yeah, no, keep going. Surely it'll work.
Damn it! It's not moving.
Yeah, no shit.
Wait! Are you gonna give up? Just like that?
Well, I mean, you're the one who threw a tantrum and ran off. I don't know what you want from us.
No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it.
Junpei nodded.
Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Oh, now you want to cooperate. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Real chilly, Clover. Okay. Examine the mannequin like 3 or 4 times. Then also check it when you're about to exit the room. Okay. God, I keep forgetting the controls. Okay, let's check this door. Looks like the control for some kind of electric lock. The red light is on. Then it's gotta be locked. And there's a green light just below it. Although that one isn't lit. I bet it'll turn on if we can unlock it, right? Yes, but how are we going to unlock it? There's no keyhole, no card reader, and no keyboard for putting in a password. I have no idea. Towards the exit, on the right, she goes to the laboratory. Nope, not going anywhere, no dice won't open. As much as I expected. Yeah. Hey, Clover, there's a door over here, too. Wait, I'll be right there. I can hear her over there. Is this door gonna... No, not really. Damn it, I can't open it. Clover, what about your side? It won't work. I can't even move the knob. This looks like the control. Okay. Okay, examine... Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin here, guys. There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the hell were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans. Probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. Okay. mannequin lying on the exam table. I can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. Okay. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. And there's a pen lying over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only used a pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover. Do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? Erase ink from a permanent marker, huh? Give me just a second, a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. I think this thing is a monitor for whatever experiment they were running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance value and voltage. The power's off, so there's nothing on it right now. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter. And this is the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one? Yeah, just go randomly turning knobs. Yeah, that'll not do anything bad. Surely. Nope. No, okay, well, at least nothing happened. I'd prefer nothing over bad things happening. No power. Turn the dial a whole bunch, but... yeah, but nothing happened. Okay. I wonder what they washed here. Probably their hands. There are these weird colored stains all over the sink. It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside. Stairs that just came down. The bars in the gate just above me. Okay, so that's... oh, the grate. I guess this drains for water, huh? Well, there's nothing here. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, okay, so these lockers are open. Ethanol. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Anhydrous? Is that different from the regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. It can even erase smart. Yep. I guess none of the other ones open. We'll just do lockers, and on the right, I'll have little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, can't hurt to give these babies a try. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. Yeah, just as I thought. Locked tight, all 9 of them. I wonder if there's anything important in there. Maybe, but there's a computer here. Computer, the power's not on. Well, there's a power button. This is a waste of time. What? I don't see a power cable. Oops, yeah, you're right, no power cable. This thing isn't even connected to a main computer, though. It's got a monitor, a keyboard, and mouse, but that's it. Just sticking the power cable in isn't going to do anything. Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, Junpei! Keyboard, mouse. I'm sure there's probably an actual computer hidden somewhere in here. These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. Well, let's see if there's anything useful in here. And no, nothing. Yeah, I didn't think there would be. Okay. Oh, cardboard boxes, some papers and stuff in them. They look quite full. As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments, but it's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. Yeah, of course you don't. Oh, hello. Keyhole. Okay. Had a machine in the other room. Really old keyboard. A lot of stuff here. I don't know where to use any of these. Well, no, I use at least one of these. Well, what do you know how to use? Which one? The one on top. I think it's a power. Oh, okay. The power cable, huh? I'll take that. three-pronged power cable, yeah. This is definitely a power cable. Do you remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? Yeah, no, I think I know something. This baby right here. Monitor's and power cable, so one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor. And the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not gonna fit is what I'm saying. In other words, we're gonna need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. Yeah, pretty much. That's right. Which I'm guessing... probably in Clover's room. Alright guys, switch over, right? Permanent marker... Oh, okay, I didn't see that before, I just skipped it. Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I gonna wipe with? Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Really? You're gonna argue right now? You might die, and you're worried about your clothes. Kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that, you're scaring me. I mean, you're right though, Junpei. Just you... With a glass, not even a bullet could break it. You can use this. Use the cloth on the table. Use... huh? Soak it in ethanol and then use it to wash off all the stuff from the permanent marker, okay? Right, okay, so I gotta soak the cloth with ethanol. Yeah. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. Okay, so... soak the cloth in ethanol and... Junpei! It's working! It's wiping the permanent ink off! Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with that drawing Clover found? Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table. Okay. I wonder what this is. There are a bunch of numbers and some kind of grid. I can't see it from here. Clover, you've got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and then hand them to me through the bars? Okay. Roger. Okay, so sometimes she wants to be nice and sometimes not. Okay. You know what? Whatever. Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Paper with numbers on it acquired. New material has been added to the file screen. Okay. Let's, boom. Where? Clover's note. The note Clover is copied from the stand-in laboratory. It has 4 numbers written in 9 separate cells. Okay, so top left is 3, top right is 2, middle 4, bottom right 1. Okay. Now where would that be useful? Hey, actually, okay, let's go to the window. Examine the mannequin. Mannequin looks so sad. I gotta admit, I'm starting to feel kind of sorry for it. Okay. Am I getting attached to this thing? Maybe I should give it a name. How about the Science Boy? Okay. Science Boy is lying on the table. His poor head is full of electrodes. Okay. Hey, Clover, how are the power cables over there? Huh? Oh, what do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look. I guess she does have to kind of crouch down to get a look under there. The cable on the monitor has, it's got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but... Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Damn it, that's no good then. Well, how about just a plug? What? The plug? Well, maybe more like a, connector? It's the sort of thing that makes the plug with the 3mm thing used into a plug with... Yeah, that's perfect. Give me. Still useless? Not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for. Okay. Can you hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. Alright. Unplug. I'll hand it to you over at the bars, okay? Yep, sounds good to me. Gimmer. Here you go. The 2-prong plug. Thanks. Alright. Inspect, 2-prong plug. It can be used to convert the power cable from 3-prong into 2-prong. Okay. Put the 2-prong plug onto the head of this power cable. Boom, boom, boom. It fits perfectly. This should be just what we need. Alright. And... no, over here. Boom. Plug you in. I got 2-prong power cable in my hand. I'm pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know until you try. I'm pretty optimistic. And she's right, I think. At least it came up white. Junpei pushed the button on the front of the monitor.
Oh, that worked.
Yeah. With a soft hum, it turned on. Updating RSF file, make BC, 27.2 seconds, start. Streams always makes no sense to Junpei. Began to scroll across the screen.
What?
He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this.
Huh? It's running on its own?
It certainly looks like it.
Isn't that kinda weird?
I mean, no, not really.
What?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right?
I mean...
there's just this keyboard and monitor.
could be a really small all-in-one computer.
The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in.
I don't know, man.
So, why is it working?
Don't ask me.
Maybe it's a wireless display.
There'd be a lot of delay, but I guess so. It could be. Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus.
A wireless display?
Yeah. I just know that doesn't even make any sense.
Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly, hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei?
Maybe. He most certainly had not, but...
Is that normal?
No, every computer I've ever had has been connected via wires to the monitor, so, you know, I don't...
Yes, at least where I worked.
I believe you.
Oh.
Oh, it stopped.
Pass with a colon.
Looks like we need to enter a password.
Again? There must be a hint around here somewhere.
I would hope so.
Could you go take a look?
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do?
I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep, on my own.
I mean, she seems to know more about computers than you do, Junpei, so, you know, I would trust her with it.
Lotus?
Just let her do her thing. Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left then right.
All right. Let's kick some ass.
Okay. That is something. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then, before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed, the click-clack of the keys running together like machine gun fire. Yeah, I'm guessing, despite her clothes, she's probably an office worker, if I had to guess. Why she's wearing this outfit? You know, I don't know, but...
What?
Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words.
Didn't expect that, did you?
No, not really. You're not really, I'm not sure where Junpei's eyes are directed at in this picture. Probably not the same place my eyes are.
Of course I didn't.
Reasonable.
You're typing so fast, I can't even see your fingers.
That's kind of crazy.
What kind of job do you have? What are you?
You don't just ask someone what they are. It's rude.
I'm unemployed at the moment.
Oh. Okay.
I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Why?
Lotus blinked.
Huh? Oh. It was just... something.
Uh-huh. She stopped typing for a moment, and her face fell.
I see.
Yeah, maybe don't push. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Yeah, it's probably a good call. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds, she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen.
Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm going to try and brute force it.
Okay.
Brute what?
It's don't worry about it.
A brute force attack is... well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version?
Uh-huh. Without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain.
A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher.
No, I mean, yeah.
It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time.
But it's not complex, right?
I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own.
Wait. I'm sorry. You're... What?
It's not the most elegant solution, certainly.
How did you even access the ability to write a program on that computer? Like, what?
But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do.
Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little odd.
Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier.
Uh-huh.
What were we talking about?
The wireless display?
Yeah.
It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, all right?
Yeah.
So you enter 1 + 1. The screen will show you 2.
Yeah.
See? Isn't that strange?
No?
No? Not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago.
Hey. He's like, the fuck?
You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 + 1?
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating.
I guess.
And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something.
Yeah, could happen.
Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, they might even cut the wires.
That'd be a bad move.
Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that. Because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head.
So, what are you trying to say?
Nothing, really.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I thought maybe. What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
Huh?
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain.
Right.
A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease.
Right.
Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See? Doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body.
Okay. Lotus, slow down. Slow
We
down.
just don't know it. We never even think about it.
This is sounding a whole lot like the whole world is a simulation thing. Or like the Matrix.
Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications.
Uh-huh.
We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from her. Or from someone like her.
Brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's just crazy talk.
But it's rude. Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Okay. I don't think so. I think he was just drugged. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued.
If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Okay.
Huh.
Like, I guess, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blindsight, too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I heard of the other two. I haven't heard of this one, though. Prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia. Oh, it's the face blindness. Oh, okay. I know what face blindness is. I'd never heard the, like, scientific name. Okay.
What?
He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before.
What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia?
I mean, if you say face blindness, I'm sure he'll get it. Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head.
No, what is it?
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
It's... I know someone with face blindness, or I don't know them. They're a streamer I watch, but how they described it was that it's like not that people's faces look blank. It's just the face, like they just don't. The brain just doesn't memorize the face, I guess, is the best way to put it. For some reason.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
Well, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right?
Yeah.
To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same.
I mean, like, well, yeah, I guess unless they're like what, like, you know, one is like deformed, then yeah, I guess technically.
Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually, but you or I couldn't unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. Well, that's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed.
Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. Yo, fair enough.
And, what were we talking about?
Yeah, I don't even know anymore, man.
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it.
What about the other half?
What about the other half?
It's my boy.
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
Okay. Right.
Not funny.
Lotus's smile had something rather masochistic. Shouldn't it be sadistic, not masochistic? Okay.
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously.
Yeah, okay.
It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Why?
She got in.
I don't have to kill time any longer.
As she spoke, Lotus raised her arm high and brought it down on the enter key.
Oh, then you finished that brute whatever thing?
Yeah.
I certainly did. And let's see what we got.
Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, you go, lady. You got it. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. Yeah. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with... Oh, okay, here we go. 9 squares ranged in a 3x3 square.
The screen changed again. What the hell is that?
No idea. Looks like a puzzle.
And that's our cue. Suddenly, Lotus stood up.
Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
No, not really.
I can't do anymore. It won't let me do any more programming. See? The keyboard.
Oh yeah, it's locked.
Nothing.
Okay.
So, there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
Okay.
What?
No, I mean, we can figure something out.
Let me take a break, all right?
Yeah, no, you did good.
I did my part.
You did.
Well...
Can't really argue with that. He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. Shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. And make sure you know when you should thank people.
Okay.
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
Right. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. Oh boy. Okay, so what was it? It was top left was 3. Top right was 2? I think bottom right was 1 and middle was 4? The 4th touch is your end. Oh, there we go. Alright. That solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where did it come from? I don't know. Let's take a look. Ooh, the lockers. Look, Junpei. The lights on the lockers are green. Then he must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. That would make sense. Aha, a key. There's more than one key in here. This one is small. It looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in a door on the A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you way deep in my pocket. Now as for the other key. The key is this. Not for a door. Oh. Do you think this is activation key for that thing? The activation? Yeah, it has to be. I feel good about this. It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. He put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover.
What's up?
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
Huh?
Why is she asking me this, Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course, she would have been worried about him.
Well, let me think.
He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. However...
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but... that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, not very helpful. Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away.
Hey, wait a minute. Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but
Well, I mean,
If you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me
if what?
is Snake, was he born?
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident.
Oh, what sort of accident?
A really bad car accident.
Okay.
He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
What do you mean his arm?
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
Oh, it's new.
It's fake. It's not a real arm.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting.
The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Okay, I wonder if this will open up a route for us to maybe check his arm when we find him in door 3.
Oh.
Why Clover wouldn't do that, I don't know, maybe Shock, but we'll see.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, no, I think that's it for now. Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded.
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Huh? Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. Very, very intriguing. Okay. Let's stick this key in the hole. This key. This shape sure makes it seem like it goes to this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. There we go. Okay, the monitor is on now. And it's full of letters. It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Science boy. Junpei, this thing in here is on now. Yeah, it's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn the style here. Turn, turn, turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. Yeah, maybe like this power cable over here? It's a rack, there's some cables. Wash basin. Monitor, what, like cables? Okay. Drain for water. Maybe if you increase the voltage. Roger. It will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage? Hey! Wait, Clover. Ah, shit. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. What? I think, That's, that was bad. Oh my god! The mannequin's head! Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. Yeah, what the hell? Fire detected. Fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. Science Boy's head is on fire. Science Boy! No! Oh, the humanity! What the hell is Science Boy? Are you talking about the mannequin? Yes. Forget about the mannequin. You need to help Clover now. Oh, right. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. Pretty bad shape. What are you doing, Junpei? You need to save Clover now. I gotta help her. Okay. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Damn, the gate's still shut. Oh, right, this. Junpei, look at the light. Yeah, it's green. The emergency system is activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. Junpei! Come on, kid, jump! She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Of course I'm not alright. What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Sorry. I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get the hell out of here. The fire's not going to stay in that room forever. Yeah, you right. You found it. What we found, I don't know, but we found it. Junpei, Clover, and Lotus leapt out of the laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them.
Whew, thank God we got out of there.
Yeah, that was real close.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, how bad.
Oh, yeah.
All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Whew. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest, and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clear air, and with each one, he could feel his body begin to calm down.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
On to whatever next hell we have to deal with. They nodded to each other and started off down the hallway. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked.
Damn, none of these open. They're all locked.
How about that one?
Yeah, the only one left. The final door sat in the corner of the hallway.
Let's hope this is the door with the prize.
Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind him. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he recognized it. There was no doubt the voice belonged to...
Jumpy!
Oh, hey! For some reason, I thought they didn't meet up again till after they were... Oh, no, wait, no, yeah.
Huh?
He spun around. There at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running toward him. 3 of them.
June? Santa! 7!
What a weird coincidence. What a coinkydink. They stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
We just got out of our room.
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys! Could you come take a look at this?
Did she find the map? She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found.
Hey, on the wall.
A map of the ship's interior?
Yeah.
It says C deck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7 and... Door 8.
Yeah.
Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
In fact...
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the nonary game works.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. This leads to...
Mm-hmm. As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh!
Yeah, we just ended up back with Ace again.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, not, unfortunately. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not much else you can do. As one, they all moved back toward the door Junpei had only a moment ago been ready to open.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a horrible idea. He pulled the map of the ship's interior off of the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yeah, go on. Go ahead. They nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. Yo, Ace, what up, big dog? So I don't think programming a brute force attack and setting the thing on fire are parts of the in-universe intended solution to that room. So we have no idea where the password hint would be. Oh, okay. It makes sense. I kind of figured it was kind of, that was a, yeah. Oh. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were. I assume there was probably some sort of, like, actual deal with the mannequin, but because Clover didn't know what she was doing, it just, yeah, ended up where it did.
I knew it.
Yeah, we're back in the hospital room. They were just where the map had said they would be.
We're back. In the hospital room.
Yeah. It's not great.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying.
I would hope so.
The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
And then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
Mm-hmm. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report.
At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism.
Yeah.
I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ace shook his head with a rueful smile.
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good outcome, I would say. 7 smiled.
Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
Ain't that what I just said?
Mhm.
I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room.
Yeah, we found the Earth key.
Here.
7 tossed something small and metallic toward Junpei.
Whoa.
Nice catch.
Jeez.
He caught it and found that the object was the key.
I see. So this is Jupiter.
Mm-hmm. On it, someone had engraved a symbol very similar to a 4. He looked over at June, who nodded back. It had to be the Jupiter symbol.
I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright?
Okay.
Yeah, on it.
Well, I've got something for you too then. Here, it's the Saturn key card. We found it in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Yeah, on it.
Yeah, that's, fair enough. You don't want to get blamed. Understandable. And with that, she pressed it into Junpei's hand. I don't even know where you were keeping it until now. And with that, she pressed, he felt slightly less than honored.
So how many unused keys do we have now?
3, 4, 3.
There's the Earth key we found in the laboratory. The Jupiter key you just gave me. And the Saturn
Yeah, 3.
key card from Lotus.
It'd been a while, so I didn't remember if we had one still from prior or not.
I'll keep them safe.
Yeah, you do that. Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long straight hallway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs...
Wait!
What? They were the first words anyone had heard out of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested they weren't going to be very happy words.
What about door 3?
It's a good point.
Look, you saw the map, right?
I mean, there could be another key we need to... Like, it's actually crazy to me that they don't think about that. They don't even consider the fact there might be a key in there they need. Like...
It's the same as 7 and 8. Just lead us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
There is a point. At least there is for me.
There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could just the same. She looked very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. 7 looked everywhere in the room except at Clover, and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
Clover nodded once. The next person to speak was Ace.
Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So 7, you'll help me, won't you?
Yeah.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, they need you to get 3. Junpei did the calculations quickly in his head. 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. It looked like 7 was doing them too. At last, he gave up.
Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be.
Yeah.
So I'm going with you, huh?
Yes, you are.
Alright, let's get moving.
And so it was decided that Clover, Ace, and 7 would discover what lay beyond door 3.
Okay, we're heading out.
Yeah, fun.
Be careful.
Whoa. Didn't think I'd be hearing that from you.
Yeah,
Lotus.
she's not that
Don't
bad.
let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it.
Yeah, true.
The rest of us can't open the 9 door.
Ah, the truth comes out.
I mean, it's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is true. 7 nodded as if this answer made much more sense and pulled the lever on the red. Have fun, you 3. Don't do
we're
anything
off.
crazy. The door opened and Ace, Clover, and 7 jumped through it. 6, 7, 8. After exactly 9 seconds, the door closed noisily.
All right, we should get moving too.
Huh?
Get moving.
Yeah, go, open the doors.
Where are we going?
Everyone except the Lotus seemed rather confused.
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
That's not gonna happen, but yeah. They were at the end of the hallway lined by individual hospital rooms.
And here's the Jupiter symbol on the keyhole.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Junpei, open it if you please.
Yeah, on it.
Yeah, Junpei, open the door. Do what you're told. Junpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. He twisted. With a nice, sharp click, he felt the door unlock. Junpei sucked in a breath, held it, and opened the door as quietly as he could. Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom, with a massive central staircase.
Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
Yeah, great idea.
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we?
Yeah, but we didn't. There's some doors up there, remember?
I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here.
Of course there's a
Of
reason.
course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
Huh?
This.
Junpei pulled two things out of his pockets.
The Saturn key card.
Uh-huh.
And the Earth key?
Uh-huh.
I'm lost.
Of course you are. Santa cocked his head to one side, like an inquisitive bird, and looked at them. After several long moments, during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the cards meant, June took pity on him.
Don't you remember, Santa?
No.
On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it.
Mm-hmm.
And on A deck, on the door to the left,
Mm-hmm.
there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it.
Mm-hmm.
So the two keys that Jumpy has?
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A
there
deck.
you go. There you go, buddy.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, it makes the characters look dumb. I have to assume, though, they put these in for, like, maybe people who play, like, small, like, short sessions at a time, so maybe they wouldn't remember everything by the time they get back to this point, I guess. So I guess it's, but still. It feels very patronizing.
All right, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into two teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you two can search Saturn, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. Then you guys should take this key.
Junpei handed the Earth key to Santa. They decided that their initial search should be brief.
We have no idea what's on the other side of these.
Yeah.
So don't go too far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Plan decided, the two teams split up. Junpei and June headed for the elevators.
There's a card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn key card.
Yeah, let's. There you go. A light on the upper left corner blinked to life.
Great! It looks like it's working now.
All right, now how do I call the elevator?
There was a single button to the right of the elevator door.
Oh, it only has the upside-down triangle on it.
I guess there's no up button.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we may as well try pushing this
Down
one.
to the depths. The door slid shut and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down.
It opened! Look, Jumpy!
Yeah, I see it. June's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety.
Sweet! It opened! Let's get going.
He grinned at June and stepped toward the open door. As he was about to set foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm.
Wait!
Yeah, what's up?
What?
You scared of getting wet?
I'm not really, I just,
Mm-hmm.
oh gosh.
Junpei was at something of a loss. What could she possibly be so frightened of? June was probably afraid of. They could only go down. Yeah, I know. She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase. All of which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D deck, is completely underwater.
Yeah.
An elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is pretty scary.
Yeah, no, wouldn't be great.
Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise, like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, take a look inside.
No water. Junpei jerked his head toward the interior of the elevator.
It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Oh, you're right. They are.
She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed.
Well, let's test it.
Test it.
Yeah, watch this. Now, I'll just put one foot inside the elevator and look over at the buttons. Oh, there's only two. E and C. All right, I'll push E.
He pushed the E button and jumped out of the elevator. E. The door slid shut and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. Whoops. Wrong thing.
I think I can hear it opening on E deck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's done. Now I'll just press the button again.
A few moments later, the elevator returned. Yeah, everything is all hunky-dory. Nothing to be concerned about whatsoever.
Yep, not a single drop of water to be seen.
Yep.
See?
Junpei couldn't resist puffing out his chest just a little bit. June, however, still looked confused.
What does that mean? How can E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
I don't know, June.
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft and E deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you.
He pulled out his notebook and pen and sketched out a rough illustration.
I see. So is that why the ship hasn't sunk?
That would explain it, yeah.
The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Junpei continued talking as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket.
So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, all right?
But...
Nah, she's coming with.
Come on, just do it, all right?
He gave June's shoulder a reassuring squeeze, then hopped onto the elevator. He pushed the E button and the door began to close. June looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth as if she was trying to make a decision when suddenly...
I'm coming with you!
Huh?
At the last possible moment, June dashed forward, turning sideways, just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors.
Hey, wait!
Yeah, well, if she stayed here, she might get murdered, you know, so... Junpei jammed his finger against the open button, but it was too late. Yeah...
Oh, crap, it closed!
The door had shut. He and June were in the elevator and it was headed down to E deck. He was so surprised by June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited him on the E deck.
I can't just let you go alone, you know.
Yeah, she's a ride or die.
Ah, jeez.
A ride or die. The elevator stopped and the door slid open. Boom, 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 boom. They tentatively stepped out and looked around.
It looks normal.
Yeah, it's as normal as a creepy death game ship can be. No fish going about their fishy business or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish. Or at least something that looked very much like one. June's cheeks were puffed out and her mouth a tiny, intense frown. We're good, June.
Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded. Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
June looked around nervously, then... exhaled. Yeah. Like, the fact that, like, as soon as he was saying words, it should have been... I mean, the fact that your eyes, weren't flooded with water, it should have been, yeah, I don't know. She's a bit silly, isn't she? Just a little bit silly.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen if the ceiling breaks?
I'm sure it won't. Don't worry about that. Junpei thought about that for a moment.
We'd probably die.
Yeah, probably.
Oh no. Don't be so casual about something like that.
I mean,
At
it's,
any rate,
it's true.
we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Now then.
Junpei glanced around the room. First thing he noticed was a set of thick iron bars, separating the left elevator from the right
Iron
one.
bars. Well, we can't go over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Then maybe.
Yeah, we've already seen this, so I'm just gonna kind of click through it. How's the elevator? Junpei found an
Well-
opening, walked up to it, stuck his head around the corner, and there's
It looks
a
like there's a
door.
long straight hallway down this way.
Yeah.
Something's written on the door at the end. Wait, is that?
Yep.
Let's check.
Junpei and June set off down the hallway at a brisk clip, somewhere between a run and a jog. Before long, they found themselves in front of the door. On it was a number written in bright red paint. 6.
I knew it!
This is a numbered door.
And indeed, there was a red bolted to the wall right next to the door.
But we can't do anything with only the two of us.
We better head back and let everyone know.
Yes.
Good plan. Sorry, I only slept 5 hours, so I'm kind of tired. Junpei and June turned and headed back to C deck.
Wait, what's this?
What's what? Junpei, no. Oh, right, yeah, the map.
Is this the map for Edek?
It would seem that way, yeah.
I should take it with me. Huh, so you guys found door 1.
Yeah. They'd met back up with Santa and Lotus, who had explained what they'd found. Apparently, there was another numbered door on A deck, just like the one on E deck, beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was a 1 on the door.
So now we've located 2 new doors. The 6 door and the 1 door.
Yeah.
You know, it is interesting that E-Deck wasn't flooded.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in thought.
Well, we don't really know if all of Edek is safe.
I'm sure it is.
We only checked the area around the elevator.
Even so, it's still very interesting.
You said the 6th door was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then that means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
Yeah, no, he's pretty loaded.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
Probably at least tens of millions, probably more like hundreds of millions.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
I would concur.
Yes, it does make sense.
That thought made them all go quiet for a moment. Yeah. 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 June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself, and Santa cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing.
Yeah?
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
Yeah, no, let's go back. June looked up at Junpei with large, pleading eyes.
Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back already.
Well, Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Ooh, yeah.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
No.
Just kidding.
Yeah, sure you were.
All right,
I
let's
believe you. Yeah, totally. Lotus's words were all the impetus they needed. Back to the large hospital room they went. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room.
Hey! Where the hell did you guys go?
We went to go scout out what was ahead.
Seven?
Yeah. Yeah. Ace was right behind him, and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back.
What's wrong?
It looked as though there was something strange about them. Seven had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out entirely. For a long moment, they simply stood there, looking at one another. Junpei looked around nervously, waiting for someone else to speak. No one did. He looked at Seven.
What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that?
I don't know. Seven was trying very hard to be angry, but something had shaken him hard. His shoulders were trembling, and his voice was strained.
Snake was... Snake is...
Seven couldn't finish. He just looked away, his face twisted by Junpei wasn't sure what. Instead, Ace spoke. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and spoke.
Snake is dead.
Yeah.
He died, just as the ninth man did.
Yeah. It was as if all the air had suddenly been sucked out of the room. Junpei felt his heartbeat quicken, and he realized he was having trouble breathing. He could feel cold sweat beading on his forehead and neck. June, Santa, and Lotus looked the way he felt. All three were frozen in place, their faces white.
Oh my god, that's not true, is it?
It is. Unfortunately. Maybe.
We should make sure.
Yeah, right. We should.
They nodded to one another and headed for the number 3 door.
Wait! Not that way!
Alright.
What? Why not?
They stopped short and turned to look at Seven, cause he, propped a broom in there. He was pointing at the door with no number.
I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way. It's not locked, so you can go in that way.
Where is he?
The shower room, on the left side of the hallway. I put a broom in there too to keep the door open.
Yeah, you're a real smart thinker there, Seven.
That means we can get in without going through the numbered door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Then let's go.
Their new destination clear, Junpei and his companions headed for the door with no number. Once in the hallway, it was easy to spot the metal door on the left wall.
This wasn't open when we passed here before.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. But now, just as Seven had said, there was a broom stuck between the door and the frame, keeping it open.
Well, let's keep going.
Yeah. They looked at it for a moment, then stepped inside.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Yeah, the viscera that would make sense. Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pinched his nose shut.
Ugh, yeah, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
It was just as bad as they said, perhaps worse. A hideous smell filled the air, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour and smelled of fish, feces, and burnt meat. It worked its way through Junpei's nose and down his throat, to pound against the entrance to his stomach. Yeah. He put his hands over his mouth and struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged.
Where is he? Where's Snake?
Around the corner. Yeah. They didn't have to wonder where the body was.
There.
Yeah. There was blood everywhere. A few arms of the splatter reaching toward them as they walked in through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms to their source. The body itself was hidden behind a divider.
June, you should stay here.
But
You don't need to see this.
Please, just do me a favor, okay? All right?
He didn't give her a chance to say no. He put his hand on her shoulder as if to shove her into the ground, like a tent pole, turned, and walked toward the end of the divider.
I'm going in.
It felt like it took an eternity for him to get there. Santa and Lotus followed him, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually, they reached the divider. They looked at one another and nodded slowly. Junpei put his hands on the divider and peered around the corner. For a moment, he forgot to breathe. Felt his heart collapse in his chest like an empty cigarette carton, and time froze. He knew in that instant he would take the image before him to the grave. Let's see. Haven't
Just like Ace said.
Yeah. Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his own.
Just like the Ninth Man. The detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gut.
It looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful.
Oh god. The bone is coming out of his left arm.
Remember, Junpei. So I was 100% right on my first go through. That's not Snake. It's meant to look like Snake, but it's not Snake.
It's definitely an open fracture.
His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. Junpei doesn't connect it in. Yeah, it's weird though. I mean, again, for Clover, I can understand. In a way, she sees that it at first glance it will look like it was Snake, and she'd probably just go into shock immediately, right? Like that's understandable. But yeah, his bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces.
Oh, the face. It's horrible.
Yeah, you can't even tell who it is.
See, this is what tipped me off the first time, is the whole... the fact that they explicitly said you can't tell who it is, I was like... The blood coating almost made it look like almost looked like raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes, too, were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the gray slacks.
But the clothes are...
They were all familiar to Junpei.
No mistake about it. It's Snake.
Lotus's voice was unnaturally deep and strained, and Junpei heard it catch in her throat. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Not to mention, Snake... Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about this, but Snake said he was confident he could take any of them in a fight, right? Like, if one of the others had killed him, they would have been scuffed up for sure. Or if two of the others had killed him, that is. They would have, like, even if two of them were able to overpower him, they would have had, like, obvious signs they'd been in a fight. By Snake's own words. Which I hadn't even thought about. Get used to it. Every time I put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who, yeah, looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. Yeah, it was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed. What's the button to fast forward again? I'm gonna... No, it's just autoplay, but I want actual fast forward. Hazard shatter into 2000.
Snake was probably murdered.
Yeah.
Chances are he was killed the same way the Ninth Man was.
Yeah. Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. For the people in the room with Junpei and Seven, Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each of them in turn and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it, alone, and waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake, but he didn't give up.
This is a lot of conjecture there, Seven.
He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door. And then, 81 seconds after he was shoved in.
Boom. But yeah, but also... I feel like we would have heard the boom. I don't know.
That happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh?
Yeah.
You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah. That means we're looking at multiple perps here.
No. No, well, I mean, following this train of logic, yeah, but no.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah. That means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
June seemed shocked.
How can you say that so casually?
Well, not hard.
You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Two of you.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it?
Listen to the old man.
Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes.
Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another. and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Zero.
Yes.
Yes.
Almost certainly Zero himself.
Well, I mean, it's not actually Snake, but, you know, yeah.
If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Good question.
Junpei hadn't really considered that.
If Zero killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us.
Junpei? Was Zero still on the ship with them? Of course. Of course he was. That was obvious.
But I don't...
Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. He moaned to himself, lost in thought.
Where could Zero be hiding?
Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting moaning noises. And moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold monotone.
I think Zero is one of us.
No. Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. That's concerning. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? Was he one of them? That's crazy talk.
That's crazy. Isn't this ship going to sink in a few hours? If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that?
He wouldn't.
There's no motive.
Clover looked up at Junpei and her face fell.
You don't believe me.
No, I'm sorry. Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei's met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong, but perhaps the way he'd said it had been... he'd been too insensitive. Clover had just lost her brother. His death would have been bad enough, but she'd also seen the blasted wreck of his body. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, he couldn't begin to imagine. In the mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her with suspicion. She felt everyone was against her. The least Junpei could have done was to try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he'd said. Perhaps he thought I should apologize. But before that apology could begin...
Clover,
Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us.
Which I think is probably fair, but... Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, his face was calm and friendly.
But you have to understand. The more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did those horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing?
I mean, you're sounding pretty manipulative right now, too, to be honest. I mean... Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. And the whole time, her eyes were on Junpei. He could feel Clover's eyes boring into him. They were the color of a deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them. Only sadness. Then, in that horrible silence... Yeah, it's another hour gone. They heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now. 7. Clover.
Mm-hmm.
I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I'm with the old man. 7 and Clover remained silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away.
We must go. We have very little time left.
Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going.
Our next destination is Mercury.
But maybe you and June should check it out first and then report back to us.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, let's go, June.
Right. Here it is.
It sat bolted to the wall near the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen, between the 2 elevators.
The Mercury card reader.
We're using the card 7 gave us, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I found it.
I think. Anyway, let's see what happens.
We saw this before. I'm trying to go fast through the stuff we've seen.
I guess the elevator works now.
Yeah.
Jumpy, I know it's only the 2 of us, but let's do our best.
What's with you all of a sudden?
She wants to live.
Well, I'm happy we were put together.
Oh, yo.
You know it's just for searching E-Deck, right?
Even so, I'm glad I'm with you.
Oh,
Reciprocate, dumbass.
first we need to find out if the elevator comes up full of water.
Just like we did before.
Uh-huh. Now it's clear.
Oh, here it is.
I knew it. It's not wet at all.
Things a guy doesn't want to hear.
Let's go.
Yes.
Once it had been checked for water, Junpei and June stepped into the elevator.
Look! Nearly all of the buttons are destroyed.
Yeah, only the seat and bottom button can be pushed.
We're on C deck right now, so the only one we can choose is bottom.
Mm-hmm. Bottom, like... Never mind.
Yeah. Well, let's try it out.
Junpei hit the bottom button. And very soon... Nice. I can't make that joke. Never mind. The door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward.
Oh, so this is the bottom deck.
Mm-hmm. You're right at home here, huh, Junpei? They stepped off and saw that the hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. And the hallway in front of them was a dead end. But not a regular dead end.
Hey, over there.
This is a numbered door.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 8th one we found. There were 2 numbered doors on B deck near the central staircase.
Mm-hmm.
They were doors 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
3 more in the large hospital room. Doors 3, 7, and 8.
And the door we found on E deck, and the door Lotus and Santa found on A deck. It was a 6 on the door on E deck, and a 1 on the door on A deck.
4, 5, 3, 7, 8, 6, 1. And now door 2 stood in front of Junpei.
That means
Do you think the next door we find?
Will be the 9 door? Yeah, probably.
yeah, I think so.
I would think, yeah.
The next one's gonna be door 9.
Despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about that excitement that frightened him as well.
Finally!
Yeah.
Yeah, finally. Mm-hmm.
You don't look very happy about it, though.
Well, I mean, mm-hmm.
It's not that. I just hope nothing goes wrong.
You're right. We should keep our fingers crossed.
Let's head back.
Okay.
He did his best to put it from his mind and headed back to C deck with June.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
Alright. The pieces of paper they'd folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. Everyone had written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook in an effort to pull together a blind vote.
Just double checking, but everyone wrote their code name and a door number they want, right?
Yeah.
Yes, just like you told us earlier.
Can't believe we're voting here.
What else do you want us to do? Come on. Why had they decided to vote that way?
We need to make the whole thing fair, blah-de-blah.
Yes.
This is a complicated plan, you know. Hurry it up, Mr. I have a brilliant idea.
Hey, it is brilliant, thank you. They decided it wasn't fair to ask everyone at once. That would allow people to force others to go through certain doors.
Yeah, quiet in the peanut gallery.
And he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching wind of, however, so he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper.
Alright, let's open these up. The first one says, Ace requests door 1.
Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why?
No, we don't have time for that. Sorry. Let's keep going.
He opened the second one.
Next is Santa. He wants door 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
And we're just saying it out loud for everyone else. Junpei continued with the third, fourth, and fifth pieces of paper.
Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
No backing out now.
There is no way I'm going anywhere with the Elephant Man.
It's too bad.
No, there'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like that.
But,
Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
I am not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes.
Again, if you were like a tech and a security, like internet security firm, I mean, obviously she said she had quit, like however long ago. But like, why were you wearing this? I assume this is what you were kidnapped in, right? I assume. Like what? Like, I don't know. Maybe she was a street performer to like earn some money until she got a normal job again. I don't. I'm just so confused why she was wearing this.
Barely.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
No, you're right.
Maybe. But what about common decency?
Who cares?
Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
I wouldn't blame you, to be honest. Lotus's hair.
Oh, not good.
Yeah.
Let go! Let go of me! I'm killing him!
Kill him later. We need his number right now. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her.
Junpei, read the rest.
Right.
Junpei tore his eyes away and looked down at the sixth piece of paper. He opened it.
June wants door 6.
Yes, I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it.
Reasonable. All of the papers, save Junpei's, had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head.
So this was everyone's vote. Ace and Clover requested door 1.
This was the door on A deck, near the central staircase.
7 and Lotus requested door 2.
I think the writer was asked about it in a Q&A, but I think the answer was along the lines of just a fashion sense. Oh, okay. Well, I don't, that's fine. She can dress as she wants. She's a grown, 40-year-old. Like, she can do whatever she wants. I just, This was the door on the bottom deck and could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship.
Santa and June requested door 6.
This was the door on E deck and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase down.
Then the door I should choose is...
It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke.
Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through.
Alright, which one did I want again? For... I want 6? Okay. Door 6.
I want to go through door 6.
Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it after all, yep. Nothing suspicious going on here.
That's a problem.
Yeah. June spoke barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said.
None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Yeah.
Clover and I chose door 1.
Lotus and I chose door 2.
That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
Yeah.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. Junpei and I want to go through door 6.
I like how with the, like, if we go with 1, Santa's like, "Hang, let me see your paper. What do you mean?" And then, but I guess that's because with that one, I think he has to go through 2, right? In that case, or something like that. He doesn't get the one that he wants. Whereas here, he still has a chance. Oh. I bumped my controller into my desk.
But our digital route is 5.
Yeah.
If we're gonna open that door, we need a 1.
My head can't. I mean, that would make sense. Like, I don't know. Just, it seems like a weird way to just dress like maybe she likes it because she knows belly dancing, but like for her to just dress like that because she wants, because she wants to, it'd be kind of. I mean, again, no judgment. She can do what she wants. But no, just it's a weird sense of fashion, I guess.
Damn, what are we gonna do now?
I guess we get Ace and then.
What are we going to do?
Oh, no, that wouldn't work because. No, it would. Yeah, no, and then. No, it wouldn't. Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. Eventually, Clover broke the silence.
Why don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1 with me?
I guess that could work. Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice. But her logic was sound. Yeah, no, that makes that. No, that, yeah, checks out. Wait. 7, 15. Yeah, no, that checks out. And then, yeah, we would get Ace, and that would make us work. Seven and Lotus looked at each other. 7 plus 8 plus 4 equals 19. 1, yeah. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up.
What about me?
You go with us.
Isn't that obvious?
Yeah.
Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
Yeah.
You mean I should join Santa's team?
Uh-huh. Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and posture couldn't have been more different than the energetic girl of only a few hours before. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable given the horrible situation in which she found herself, but even so...
Huh. I understand. I'll go through door 6 then.
Oh boy.
If we do as Clover has suggested, We can all pass through a numbered door and no one will be left behind.
Yeah, no, it all works out. I mean, Clover is still going to the captain's quarters where she'll get her hands on an axe to murder everyone with, which is still mildly concerning. But yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
This seems to be the most reasonable solution.
Yeah.
Seven, Lotus, what do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
All right then, we're good to go.
See you later.
I mean, hey, maybe in this case, maybe Seven might catch her grabbing the axe and stop her? Maybe? Hey, I don't know. But, I mean, she was somehow able to overpower him later on, so I don't...
Wait, Clover! Don't move on your own!
Oh, I'll be going too then.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, be careful.
We should get going as well.
That we should. At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck, where door 1 was near the main staircase. Junpei, Jun, and Ace, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one.
This is E deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
There should be a door at the end of the hall.
All right, let's go.
Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Oh, before long, they arrived in front of door 6. Okay. With that, though, I'm gonna stop. This is already over 2 hours. There was a lot of dialogue this time. I do kind of want to finish this ending today, but like I said, I only slept 5 hours. I've been yawning like every. I just honestly, be perfectly honest, I just don't really feel up to finishing it today. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, so I'm gonna just stop here. Also, it's interesting. There's 4 endings left. No, I don't want to quit. Hang on. I thought there was only... Yeah. Oh, right. Right. Yeah. No, never mind. Because obviously there's these, and then after doing the... Yeah. So there'd be... And then the true ending. So yeah, 4. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, and so if we choose 2 here, we still end up on this dead end. Gotcha. So for some reason, going through door 2 is cursed. Huh. But yeah, like I was saying, that's gonna do it. Like I said, I mean, you saw me. I yawned like 7 plus times. I'm tired. I just don't feel like finishing today because it would probably take me up to like 5 hours. So we will finish this ending for sure next time, though. 100%. But yeah, no. For now, that's gonna do it. Thanks for hanging out, and yeah. So I didn't. Yeah, but just I really got nothing. Because a lot of that, aside from the actual puzzle room itself, everything else was just a rehash of stuff I'd already seen. So, like, I didn't have anything to really add to anything they were saying, because we'd already gone through it all before. But from here, the rest of this ending is gonna be all new, so. That'll be good. Got through the slog of repeated dialogue. Yeah. But anyway, anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah. I think I'll finish this ending off on Tuesday. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I will catch y'all later. Peace.